Good evening, Possibility War fans. This is your GM, Paul. It is the 2nd of October 2022, and we are playing the first adventure for the Relics of Power trilogy called the Destiny Map. So, there were a few things that we accomplished last week. One of those being that we closed out Scene 2, the hack, okay, and started Scene 3, Ninja Assault. But there were some things that happened in Scene 3 that weren't quite clear, so we're going to go back over them and make sure that everybody understands what's going on so that nobody is confused. Stick with us, and that's it. Let's get started. In Act 2, Kanawa Calling, and we're already in Scene 3, Ninja Assault. So,
dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Okay.
Yes. Well, I remember that I managed to stall reinforcements, and if I can, the same way I'm having the cameras avoiding looking at us, I'm locking the doors on them, and especially letting my party know of any ninjas I spot, like the one coming up through the floor.
Okay. We did succeed at that last week. Okay, or you did succeed at that last week. The recording from last week, in case you guys didn't see it already, was fried.
I'm sorry to hear.
So we lost 39 minutes and 8 seconds of playtime, but we're gonna kind of go back and recap that, and then just carry on from where we were. Fair enough?
Oh man, we had a couple of good jokes last session too.
Oh, I know we did. It kills me to have to lose them. Okay, so Ginger, you were just going on about how Peaches was able to shut certain doors, and you locked in the fire detection crews into their little bunkers on the on the third floor. No, the fourth floor is where the laboratories are. I don't know why I can't get that straight.
Where they can't come out, or where they hopefully can't interfere with what I'm doing.
Exactly. And you made it so that it's probably going to be a little bit more difficult on ninjas coming up from the post, from their underground secret base. Okay, which of course Artorias and Andon managed to stir up quite readily. So let's go ahead and start with Catherine. While we have you here, since you're on a break, what do you remember?
We were making our way through the tunnel with absolutely no idea where we're going.
Right. And I'm going to get to how all of that's looking in just a minute, how it was right before we got cut off by the heat of last week. Do you remember anything else of import?
Trying to think, sorry.
Oh. I didn't hear your wheels spinning. You must have greased them.
Is Artorias still, covered in blood?
Yes.
All right. Then that's about it.
Oh, well, okay. Yep. So Artorias, what do you remember beyond what's already been said?
Honestly, not much else, not gonna lie.
Okay.
It's been a very long week, so...
Yeah, the weeks seem to be longer for some reason. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to pop into the game real quick. I see the 3 that are going to be in game tonight are here. So we're going to start with... I'm going to start at the top with Chris. Of course, he is in the nerve center for the building and has managed to hack... much more easily than I expected to happen through the system, and he has the ability to gain 5 pieces of information, which of course I have listed someplace else, and they're not right in front of me right now. Yes, they are. There they are.
We talked about Stella. That was one. That's what I remember.
Well, we did talk about Stella, but it's not a hard point. You did find out that those are more talismans that people, Conwar Corporation people, are wearing in this building. So that's why the building is squarely in Pan-Pacifica territory for axioms and stuff like that, but you're still more or less. It's just very localized. It seems. How do I explain it? I don't know how to explain it. If I think of it, I'll explain it. But anyway, Chris, huh?
Connor says he was rebooting. He'll be back in a minute.
Oh, okay, no problem. So Chris and Nightbird were in that room. They managed to get that data down. They're downloading it, but they have 5 rounds that are going to be required to download it, or 5 more rounds, I should say. There were no rounds that were expended last time because we were only 39 minutes into it and still kind of explaining things as they were. Which basically is all taken care of on the screen that the audience can see. They can read all of my individual little notes, and once this video is released, all of you will be able to read those notes as well to see how nasty things were. So when the ninjas started popping up and Peaches informed everybody that they had people coming towards them, Nightbird got out of the computer she was working in and went out into the hall to defend the data center so that Chris could continue working on the data. Chris, at the same time, went to hide. I think he was behind some of these seats. I think that's what he said anyway. And let's see. So that takes care of Chris. Peaches is, as far as I know, still down in the data center and was trying to work on something else. What were you trying to work on? I was just getting ready to have you give a roll to me. Yes, you were trying to do some more countermeasures or something like that to kind of keep the ninja lighting. You were going to work on lighting.
See if I can baffle them with lights in their faces and stuff. Make them lose their stealth rolls, essentially.
Yes, that's exactly what it was, and we're going to get to those rolls in just a minute. Okay, and then let's see. Rios is still out with the Mormon fellas that are replacing the tire on her car. Now, it's actually only been probably 20 to 25 minutes since you guys came into the building, and all of this fracas has happened since then. Okay, so
It'd be a fracas.
of course. So
damn, this last 20 minutes has lasted like 3 weeks.
It has. It really has. Well, that's role playing for you when you're trying to get through stuff, and you have some very attentive and intelligent role players who are doing everything that they can to trip up the GM. Thank you very much. So Artorias and Andon are downstairs. Artorias picked himself up, tried to wipe himself off a little bit, at least his face and hands, and then you guys started moving down the corridor. Now it straightened out for a little while after it rounded off to the left, and then it rounded off to the left again, and you see kind of a ramp moving up from the floor that you're at. Now there was another corridor that broke off to the right, but I guess you guys decided that you wanted to check out this kind of a dirt ramp upwards, and as you were approaching it, I think I told you there was a ladder on the way up. Did I not?
I remember the ladder, but I remember the ramp.
Okay. Well, I was probably just getting to that explanation when the computer went. So yeah. So anyway, there is a ladder that kind of disappears. You've got a ceiling of about 15 feet, and the ladder disappears up into a hole beyond that. Okay, and I think I was about to ask you guys what it was you wanted to do. So, Catherine, while you're here, what would you like to do with Andon?
Well, what can I do trying to navigate the cave?
Well, I mean, literally, there are two places you can go: up the ladder or back to the corridor that turned off to the right.
Hmm. I kind of want to try up the ladder because I don't know where the tunnel would end if we took the long way.
Okay. All right. Uh, what are you two in agreement over that?
Hello?
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 No.
Hey, can hear you.
Yay! Welcome back, man. Um, so I've just been going over all of the various things that are going on in the game, and do you remember where you and Nightbird were last week?
We were in the office. Nightbird went went out to
The hall.
I don't know, like stop those ninja samurai coming at us, and
Yes.
I hid behind the couch in the office and turned off the monitor to hide in plain sight.
Okay, I'm going to put out a disclaimer here. This is a disclaimer for any Japanese people. He did not mean to say ninja samurai.
No, I
He has been under the influence of sickness for the last 3 weeks, so his brain is addled. No, Connor, we love you, man. But yeah, ninjas and samurais hate each other. So
I understand. I didn't know that it was like ninja slash samurai, either or. I don't know.
are they zinjas? Are they nombies? I just don't know. What's that? What's that, Ginger?
My brain hurts.
That's all right. My brain hurts all the time. Okay, so yeah, and you're exactly right. That's where the two of you were left off at. So here's what I'm gonna do. Catherine, I had already asked you about what you wanted to do. You want to go up the ladder. Climbing a ladder is not going to require any kind of a skill check or anything like that, as long
Oh
as
my
you
goodness.
yeah, as long as you and Artorias are in agreement, you can, it's no problem. So,
Are we in agreement?
I mean, both ways lead to death, but if I'm gonna die, I'd rather see the sky. So, up it is.
okay. Um, all right, so you two start climbing the ladder. This is going to take a few rounds to do. Peaches, give me a find roll. I know what I'm trying to say. No, really.
What's the difficulty?
A 12, please.
I shouldn't have asked. I should have just rolled it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. You got a 14 out of 12. How does that work? So you're able to find a bank of switches, one of the big monitors that's in your station there. You're able to find a bank of light switches and stuff like that. There are laser alarms that are attached with it, or on the same monitor, and things like that. Now, all of those alarms are active. Okay. As for helping to remove any stealth checks or anything like that, let's go ahead and get. Do you have computers?
I'm not sure. Yes, actually, I have a dot in that. But before I say that, me communicating via radio or phone to them where the bad guys are, if I see them, would also help them lose any stealth or advantage of surprise.
That is absolutely true.
My point is, hopefully, to flash a light in their eyes so that they're the ones that are taken by surprise, or when all the lights suddenly come on, and they're standing in the middle of the room, right?
Right.
Yeah, to cause them, maybe it's trick or maneuver, I'm not sure, but to see if I can't stymie them a little bit that way.
That's a good idea. We can try that. Yeah, we can try it. We'll try working with that. I don't see why not. So let's see. Okay, where everyone is. Okay, I've got that. So I need to start running through some things. That was the setup. That was all of round 6. We're going to call that round 6. We're counting down to round 0. Okay, so you're going to have 5 rounds left. As we are entering into rounds, for combat and for hacking purposes, we'll need to. We're going to kind of do it in a strange. There's a representative way to do things, but it's going to be theater of the mind, even though we've got a map up, because you guys are in 3 different locations. So,
Of course, I'm also telling my guys where we've been. Our stealth is gone. We've been busted. We need to get out.
okay.
So I hope by round 0 we're out the door.
Well, yes, and there's going to be good reason for why. I forgot to do that. I don't believe I did that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it a GM roll because I can. Private GM roll. Okay, that's not good. That's not good. So here's what
Not good
I'm
for us or not good for them?
not
Yeah,
good
but
for
that-
you.
Oh dear.
Okay, not sure how to do this. Okay, give me a moment. I need to go grab a dice. I'll be right back.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh dear.
It's my own fault because I should have had this set up on the screen already, but I did not. So it is what it is. Okay, but this could actually turn out pretty perfect as well. Okay, I know what the Ninja Assault is. That's scene 3, but what I need is in scene 2 or scene 4. Uh-oh. I put it in the wrong spot. Okay. Okay, alright, so I've got it. No problem. Sorry. Can't remember if that's a DSR or not. So, we don't need it yet, though. Okay. So, we are beginning round 5. We are going to kind of make it a combat round because it... oh, I'm on the wrong one. Because I need to add things as I'm going along. Now, what happened here? Okay, that adds Nightbird. I'm going to add Peaches. I am not adding Rios because Rios is outside, but there's Artorias, Andon, and then Chris. And so let's see, Artorias, I was with you and Andon. Catherine has had to take her leave for the evening, so I'm going to be kind of playing Andon. You two are making your way up the stairs.
Well, the ladder.
I'm sorry, the ladder. You are absolutely correct. Thank you.
No problem.
So Peaches, I had you make a find test. You rolled 14 out of 12, which is excellent. And then I had you make a computers test, or did we get that far?
You didn't get that far.
We didn't get that far. Go ahead, if you would please, and make a computers test.
What's the difficulty?
12, again.
I should stop asking. I'm just rolling it.
But you keep... Oh, the action total on that is... Yeah, does anybody have a card before we go into rounds for this and start counting down?
Let me take a look.
I have a supporter.
A supporter would work, and you can just give it to her right away. You don't have to trade it or anything if you are willing to do that, and that would put her right
Sure.
at 12. So, all right.
There we go.
So, thank you very much. Play to add +3 to any other character's total. Supporter may be played after determining the success level of the test, so you're good to go there. So that's a 12. All right. You find the light switches that you think you're going to need, and you can pretty much press them more or less at will to eliminate stealth and perhaps impart a stymie to these ninjas, because they're not necessarily going to know what's going on right away. Okay?
And meanwhile, I'm warning my own folks. Hey, ninja around the corner. Lights will be on.
There
3,
you go.
2, 1.
Okay. Hey, that's excellent. I love that. Okay, so I've got all of you pretty much arranged for combat. You don't have any opponents right now. The opponents are going to be added in a round by round basis, and I have a list of how I'm going to do that. So I'm going to begin the combat, which gives us our first card. Now let's see. That's in round 3. That's in round 4. That's in round 4, which is going to be the next round. Okay. Okay. So Artorias and Andon, you are climbing up the ladder, and pretty quickly you figure out that that it's a long way up. Okay, if you neither one of you has a flashlight, and at least I don't think you do, and
Someone has a phone stapled to their shoulder.
someone has
Where
what?
I put it. Well, someone has a phone on their shoulder where I put it for them.
Yeah.
It's got a flashlight.
Yeah, but those lights are generally pretty weak. They can go about 10 feet, and that's about it. So if either Artorias or Andon decide to flash that light up, it all you see above you is darkness. Any reactions?
I guess Dark Vision won't help for this. Just keep going, I guess.
Yes. Still up.
I mean, we've already come this far. We're already climbing the ladder. No point going back down.
Yeah?
Just keep going.
Just keep swimming. Just keep... Okay, so... yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to do that. So... okay, I need to worry about that. Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do, you guys keep moving. So rounds to the end of the download is reduced to 4. And yes, I'm going to trade out the card. Okay, so new, round 2. Okay, now here is how things are kind of working in round 4, KR75. Okay, I need to pull out an opposition. I need to find out. Okay, so right about there is where I want it. Not Nile Empire. Yeah, what happened to my shock trooper? Doggone it. Okay, Pan-Pacifica, that's the one that I want, not Nile Empire. Okay, and come on now. Oh, okay. Oh,
With my perk, I can put a card in my pool.
yes, please do. You could have done that on round 1. Actually, for all of you, if you need to put a card into your pool, and I'm going to do it for Rios and Andon, you've already been through 1 round, and it counted. Andon, let's do that. Okay. Oh, Andon doesn't have any cards, which is why Rios needs to put in the card. But Rios isn't there. I'll be darned. Okay, I'm going to have to put Rios in there. Okay, and then pop that open. Open hand, and I'm going to do the one that I was going to do in the first place. In the pool. Okay. And then she can spend possibilities and cards on Andon. And then let's see, whom else? Oh, Nightbird. That's disconcerting. Okay, second wind. Adrenaline, and step A. I think I'll put one of those adrenalines in there. That can be handy. Okay, so now, where was that? Hold on. I need to... There we go. Okay. Alright, Chris. Nightbird comes over comms and explains that there is some sort of robot tank that has just shown up out in the corridor where she's at. She is going to attempt to take it on.
Why do they have a tank? All houses.
Building.
And yeah, why is it in the building?
I don't know. Okay, 1 per d6 rounds. After that, let me get a roll going so that I can get that done. This is going to be another GM roll. And okay, so let me edit that. This is going to be a little bit difficult for me because I'm running a lot right now. So that's going to end up being round 1. When that happens, update the drawing. Okay. Okay. Peaches, you are going to face off against one of these ninjas. Let me turn it around. Okay, and we'll get to the card in just a minute. What's that?
Nothing. Oh dear.
Wait, didn't she have the door closed?
She does have the door closed,
And
which means that the ninja will have to
break in.
We'll have to break in. So let's say that I'll do a strength test in a minute to see if the ninja breaks in. Or, ooh, okay, all right. The ninja may not have to break in.
You could hack or just use a key card.
So let's see. I need another roll for that, and we're going to do again a blind GM, or not a blind GM roll, but okay. So that's probably never going to happen. So let's get back to. Oh, come on. Let's see. I'm going to have one show up in that round. Okay. All right. And then, okay, for Artorias and Andon, you're climbing. You know what, it's not time for a strength test yet, but let's say this. In round 3, I'm going to be having you guys do a strength test because you are climbing up a really, really high ladder. It's going to be a kind of an easy test, so don't worry about that too much, but not right now. So, Peaches, I'm going to deal with your ninja first. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Come on, come back to the right layer.
Special.
Huh?
I feel so special.
So special. All right, now.
And formally on the microphone, you hear, experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. And I put them on hold so that my boys don't get upset.
So I may actually be rolling a multi-test here. In fact, I am going to. No, I can't. The circumstances aren't right for us. So I'm just going to roll this. Oh, wait a minute. Take it off private GM roll. Put it back to public roll. The standard is going to be challenging. It's not disfavored. It's not multi-action or target. And roll it. He might have succeeded. Nope, he failed. Okay, so you see this ninja come out of one of the adjoining rooms. You saw it on the monitor. Okay, you've got the security booth. You're going to have to get into your theater of the mind here. You've got your front entrance to your right. You're in your security booth, which is about 12 feet long and 5 feet wide. Okay, and you can see everything because it's made of bulletproof glass. But there is a little round there for people to pass ID cards and stuff like that, and there's a little circle of holes right above that so you can talk back and forth to people. The hallway, okay, the far end from the entrance of the building of where your security booth ends is parallel to the hallway that turns to the right, okay, for that wall. The ninja came out of the first room on the left of that corridor, and he already had his katana out, but he shifts his katana to his left hand and starts searching around on his person for something. You're thinking it's possibly his ID card, but he will run up to the door on the next turn. Fair enough?
Just saying. The door is. I know it's probably pretty shockproof. Could I possibly anticipate him at the door and crack it open just wide enough to shoot at out the door with my shotgun?
No, shotgun's too big. Shotgun is way too big. Okay.
The muzzle wouldn't fit through any of the holes or anything like that.
No.
Right.
No, and if you tried to open it up wide enough, you've got to consider that your door opens towards the wall. Most doors that you'll ever see in your life are going to open towards a wall. Okay. And in this case, it opens towards the back wall. If you did try to open it to stick your Remington through, you're going to hit monitors and stuff like that at the left before you can even think to get that out there. Okay.
All right. Any way I can set up an ambush then?
You could. You very well could. Okay, so it is a standard scene. I think this is a standard scene. Yes, this is a standard scene. And you have the villains are first. It's not a DSR. The villains don't have anything special, but the heroes get a setback. I am talking through your setback right now, Ginger. Chris, your setback is that something happens. Okay, give me a fine test.
Okay.
Yep.
Difficulty?
Standard difficulty.
Okay. Rolling.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Hold on. I'll play my hero card.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and let's see. Your roll was not a 1. So, oof, pretty close though. So go ahead and you played that hero card. Okay, that's nice. Oh, that's really, really nice. Okay.
There you go.
Good, good expenditure of a hero card. What I'm going to ask you this question and see if you know how to answer it. What happens to your computer screen if you leave it sitting there on its own for too long?
Go idle.
It goes idle, and it either goes to a black screen or a screensaver. Okay, In this case, are you paying attention to the map here?
Yeah.
Okay, you notice against this monitor and against this wall, there was light in that monitor until a second ago, and then it went black.
Like the power went out?
No, like a reflection was in this monitor and it went out.
Wait. So the monitor is facing this way, you know.
The monitor that you were working on here, okay, in this area was facing. Let me see if I can point in the right direction here. Was facing this direction. Okay, are you seeing where I'm pointing? Kind of.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, and that light just went out. What would you like to do about that?
Go check on the computer. What happened?
Okay, move yourself around at your either your regular speed or your running. You just hopped over a chair.
Sorry.
I mean, you don't do that, man.
I mean, I don't do it unless I have to roll for it. But if I mean, my dexterity is 10, so I am very dexterous. So I could just I'll use last movement if I do it. So would you allow me to do that?
Your dexterity is a 10. Huh. It's actually
for a human 13. So
yeah, I know. Give me a roll at 8.
Dexterity of 8.
Okay, I think you've got that. Yeah, you're able to get over the chair pretty easily. And you know, are you just going to run around the desk? Actually, you could probably hit the keyboard from there.
I'll hit the keyboard from here.
Okay, you hit the space bar or something like that, and that's it. Maverick, what's going on?
If I need to do anything more than just hit the keyboard.
Huh?
I'll see if I need to do any more than just hit the keyboard.
Okay, well, at this point, you can kind of walk around again. Unfortunately, your setback is that you have lost a round. So,
it's gonna be still four rounds till.
Actually, you were on round 4. Now you're on round 5. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark that as 4 plus 1 because I've got a specific schedule that I'm working on here.
No. So I went down to 4 and I was on 4, so it'll stay 4 for this round.
I'm missing what you're talking about.
With the with rounds to download, how many rounds left do I have?
5. Because
I've already completed. You know, we started at 5.
Yep.
I completed 1.
Uh-huh.
So that'll be 4 left.
4
left. And this setback is that it doesn't get completed this round.
Correct. It doesn't get loading goes into a suspended activity, huh?
So there's 4 more rounds after this one.
After this one, yes. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm glad you clarified that. Thank you. Because I'm sitting here going, my brain is saying I'm changing 1 or 2 things, and you're talking to me about how those changes are going to affect you, and I'm like, forgive me, I pulled a retard. Now, pulled a hammy. So let's see, that's the setback for you. The KR75 is going to go against. I'm going to give it a little bit of a penalty, though. Let me kind of read this. Okay, so fear. All right, so I need to start out with a fear test for Nightbird. And fear is based on willpower. Roll that. Standard of 10. Okay, roll. 14. Okay, so Nightbird succeeds at doing that. So she is not feared. It has its armor, that's built in. It's mindless, so it's immune to intimidate or taunt, but not trick. System failure, endures shock as normal. And it's an automaton, so it doesn't deal with the normal life processes. So casting spells against this Kogata Tanku is not really going. It depends on the spell that's cast as to whether it's effective. As for you, Chris, I don't think anything that you work with has to do with the mind, does it?
I don't believe so. I mean, unless other than find computers, and precognition, but I don't have any skills tied to precognition, so I'm good.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you're good there. So I am going to bullseye Nightbird, and let's see, energy weapons. It has 2 SC Kyogo T11s, short and long burst. Okay, so it's going to fire both of those, but I forgot what the burst is. Blind fire, all out attack, rapid fire. Okay, so it can short burst and it can long burst. I'm going to short burst. So that's 3 rounds, but adds +2 malfunction on a roll of 1 or 2. And it's firing both of those at the same time. So 2 weapons. Okay, so it's going to be firing, in effect, a long burst. Because it's got 2 weapons, it's firing at the same time. So long burst costs 7 rounds, but it adds 4 to the hit. Malfunction on normally a 1 to 3, but it's 2 different machine guns, so I'm going to say it's still 1 to 2. Alright. So, SC Kyogo, target's dodge or dexterity, no called shot. It is a burst considered a long. It is not an all-out attack. It is not aimed. Target options, okay. So then we have 2 weapons, and that's going to, oh, well, the 2 weapons thing only takes it from short to long. Moves 1 burst level. So short to long, put that as a note. Hopefully it comes out here. 15, ouch, this is gonna hurt. It didn't put my note there. Why didn't it put, oh, notes, dual weapons, right there. Okay. It completely changed what I wrote. That's pretty cool. Okay, so standard success, it's 18 versus a target number of 14, so it does not get a bonus dice. And Nightbird is going to suffer 2 whole shock out of this. Oh man, no, some of my images are indeed gone. Why? I'm trying to figure out. So, all right, so she's going to take 2 shock, but now it's her turn. Let me get back to combat here. So the KR-75 is done. Nightbird has adrenaline. I may end up using that. Her setback. What can I set back for her? I'm going to take away her ability to play a card this round. Okay. So let's see. Wakizashi, Katana. Okay, so I think I'm going to have her run up to this. I'm not actually. Let's see. No, that's within her dexterity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and is going to do an all-out attack. With her electric katana. Okay, good. Targets melee weapons. Okay. She was not running, so no movement penalty, no multi-action, no multi-target. Called shot. She's going to do a called shot to... She's not going to know what vital areas are on this thing. No called shot, no burst, but it is going to be an all-out attack. Target options, no concealment. Okay, roll it. You know, I'm going to break this out so that I can see it. Ooh, nice hit. That's a really nice hit. Okay, let me go back here to combat. Outstanding success, 27 versus a 15. Holy moly. Okay, so she gets 2 BD. So here's BD 1. Okay.
Good for her.
And BD 2.
Woohoo!
1 wound and 2 shock. Let's get the KR75 open. Okay, the KR75 cannot be... Well, I do have it on 2 wounds. So let's see. It takes 1 wound and it takes 2 shock. No. Okay.
Wait, it can take shock?
Yes, it can. It's an wait a minute. System failure. It endures shock as normal. There's no active effect, so I have to be mindful about this. Getting through this thing's armor may still cause damage from shock, accounted by system failures, though this shock may only be repaired under special circumstances. So the shock really, I don't have a system failure to it, but if you get enough system failures built into it, it'll shut down on you. Okay, so it takes a little bit of a beating. But I do have it set at 2 wounds, so it can take wounds, and that's what I put in there. So there you go. Size is normal. Okay, so
Tough little things.
Huh?
Tough little things if they can take wounds.
Yes. Well, and I mean it's let's see, its toughness is 17, including 4 for armor. So that's rough right there. Okay, so that's Nightbird and the KR75. That's pretty good there, but she was not able to spend her adrenaline because that is her setback for the round. Let's see, who was next? We already took care of Peaches. I already talked about Andon and Artorias. Okay, that's the round. So I'm going to go ahead and all of you are allowed to put a card into your pool. Chris, you're allowed to put. Let's see. You used your 1 card from last round, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get Nightbird open. Defend and Trick were the approved actions, so nobody got a card this round. Yeah, Nightbird, open hand, second wind. What is that? Step A, we're not in a... Wait a minute. Can I trade that? The character who plays this may attempt Step A of a dramatic skill resolution or chase even... Oh, no, I want to keep that one. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put the other adrenaline into her pool, and then she can trade it if necessary. Okay, and then Rios, I need to put a card in from her pool. Not a romance card, thank you very much. Does anybody remember why Catherine was keeping a romance card?
No idea.
Okay, discard for
Huh? I thought she probably kept it for fun, just for a fun interaction.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to catch that this round. So here's what I'm going to do. Unless somebody else wants the card, I am going to have her discard it for a possibility and a new card. So does anybody want to trade for this romance card?
Oh, well, sure.
Are you serious? Because if you're serious, tell me what you got.
Glory? I think I might need the flurry.
Uh-huh.
Glory or coup de grace?
You know what? Pass the
Oh, wait,
glory.
wait. We can only trade what's in our pools now.
Oh. No, you can trade hand to hand or pool to pool.
All right. What do you need?
The glory card if it's in your hand, because
Yes.
this is in her hand. So, okay, so pass to
Rios?
yes, to Rios. And I'm where's Ginger at?
It's Penny Gonzalez.
Okay. Oh, Penny Gonzalez. All right. And pass. Did you get that?
Sure did.
Okay, great. So let's see. I'm going to put, you know what, just because. You know, yeah, that's not really going to help. That's not going to help. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put the reconnect into her pool instead. So Rios, so master plan and disconnect. That's supposed to read reconnect. Why is that? Well, that's a reconnect. I don't know why it's named wrong in there. So we'll just remember that. Okay, so that is Rios for Andon. Wait a minute, where'd Nightbird go? I just had Nightbird open. Nightbird. Okay, there she is. Alright, so that's Rios, and this is going to be Andon. Let's see. Nothing for Andon. Artorias, are you going to put a card or two into your pool? Do you remember how?
Yes, I remember how. Let me see. We'll do this one. There we go. Got one in my pool.
Well, actually, you should have had one last round, and it's the end of this round, so you should have two in there.
Oh, I didn't even put one in my pool for last round.
Actually,
okay.
Peaches, yeah, that's the same for you, too. You should have two cards in there as well. The card that you get to put in at the beginning of the combat, plus a card for the end of round 6 and the end of round 5. And actually... No. 6 didn't. We didn't start on rounds until round 5, so you should have two in there. So Flurry and Seize Initiative. Okay, everybody should have two except Chris. Okay. All right. So let me edit this real quick. Come on. And that's going to be 3. And then. Let me get everything over here and run through my stuff again before I flip the next card. Let's see. So that's round 3.